If you want to know how I made this, watch this video till the end. Bye. Hey beautiful people, you are welcome back to my channel. It's me, my name is Keme. If you don't, welcome to my channel. In my video I do vlog, I do sewing, I do news, gossip. I bring so many content into my channel, and today in today's video I am going to be cutting and sewing a 6-piece skirt. So come on guys, let's hurry up and let's get started. Before we start, if you are new to my channel, once again you are welcome, and if you are subscribed to my channel before, thank you very much. Do not forget to give a like, give me thumbs up when you are watching. Thank you very much. As we roll now guys, we are making a 6-piece skirt, and I just folded one part of the fabric like so. You fold it like so. I'm making these 6 pieces for a client of my client is 40. This is 40. Gradual process. Okay, now when making a 6 pieces, you must make sure that the very center part of it, like, you must first of all cut the center part of it, which is the front piece and the back piece. Now we are cutting the front piece. I already measured 40. This end will be, this very side that is carrying the design will be the bottom, and this very other part that has not too much of design will be at the top. Okay, now this is 40, and I'm going to add 2 or 2.5 inches because my client don't want zip. She do not want to use zip. She wanted me to add the rope, so I'm going to be using 2.5 inch or 3 inch, 3 inches. Okay, now this is 40, the main length is 40, and I'm going to be adding 3 inches or 2.5 inches extra for the rope. Okay, like, now this is 3.5, this is 3 inches. Now I'm going to be cutting from here to here 4.5, which is the center front. So by the time I fold, I open it, it will be 9, and by the time I'm sewing half inches, this very center piece will be 4 inch for the top side, and the bottom side, depend on what you want. You can make it 20, you can make it 25, depend on the volume of this, depend on the volume of the skirt that you want, how full you want it. Okay, but for this top part is 8. You have to make sure that you cut 8. Now let's start cutting. I have measured already 9, which is 4.5, and by the time I'll be sewing with 4.5 inches, I will arrive at 4 inches. Now let's get started. Now when you measure, if you want to make a 6 pieces, you must always remember that from the waist to the knee is 20, half. Okay, depend on the, if the person is 38, you measure it half by half, which is 19 for the top side, 19 for the downside, because your flare will begin at it will begin from your knee side. Okay, let's get started. I have measured already. As you can see, I have marked it, and here when we get to this place, I'll be making a slant like so. I hope you can see the way I position my ruler. Can you see me? From this very end to this place is 20, because my client is 40, and from this place to the ending to this side is 20. So when I measure 20, when I arrive at this very particular point, I will make a curve like so, a slant curve like so. I want my client do not want too much volume of it, so I'm making this place to be 20 inches, the center front, the end point to be 20 inches. Okay, and half of 20 inches is 10 inches, because by the time I open this by the time I open it up, it will be 20 inches. It will be 20 inches, but because it's folded right now, it's 10 inches. Now we are cutting it. This is my 2.5 inch, like so, cutting like so. You do not want this place to be sharp, so when you get to this place, you just make a curve like so, so that it will not be sharp. Okay, now I have cut my front piece already. If it's a normal Ankara fabric, when I finish cutting my end point like so, I will turn like so, because this place now will not be tiny and this other side will be big. So I will turn like so, so that I can manage my fabric. But because it's a lace, we'll be needing this design, we cannot turn it. Okay, now I am going to be cutting my fabric, my back piece. I am going to be cutting my back piece, and when doing that, the front piece and the back piece, it is the same thing. The only difference there is you can just add ½ inch when you are adding your zip for zip allowance. But because I am not adding any zip I'm not attaching a zip to it, I will still cut it the same way that I have done to the front piece. It is only when you are adding a zip that you will be needing that extra zip allowance. Okay, do not miss any part of it, guys. You do not want to make an error when doing this, so be very, very careful. Okay, now guys, let me tell you what I did. I had to do the cutting off camera because I was finding it difficult, because the fabric I'm having is not really enough, so I have to manage to arrive at this particular point. Okay, so we are going to start from, sorry about the noise, guys. We are going to start from where we stopped. Okay, we are going to start from where we stopped. Now let me tell you what I did after cutting the front piece. Okay, So the other fabric that was left, that I was having left, this is how you arrive at cutting on the other part. Okay, after you might have finished cutting the front piece, and for example you are having this very part of fabric that is remaining. Let me use this one for example. This is just a piece that is remaining. Okay, look at it. And no, I think you will not understand that one. Let me use this very one. Okay, so after I might have finished cutting the back, you will have to turn your fabric like this. The remaining fabric that you are having, you have to turn it the front side facing the front side, facing each other, I mean. Then you turn it like this, adjust to this very end, then you will cut whatever piece that you are having, because after cutting your front piece, your fabric that will be left will be like this. It will not be straight. Okay, then you will have to cut straight and cut off. You position it like so. You know there will be extra piece like so. You will position it like so, the front side facing the front side, and you will have to trace the front. You have to cut that curve that you have like so. You curve it, you cut it like so to the straight, to the end, to the down, like so. You cut it and you arrive at this very point. This is what I did. I did that and I arrived at this very point. This is how you get your side. Okay, you measure, you know, the whole measurements is, the hip is 42, the waist is 40. And what you are going to do after, you know, this one is 8. The main measurement that we are using here is 8, but I have here 9. By the time I sew half and half, it will be 8 inches will be left here. I will have 8 inches. Now we are still going to look for 12 inches for the waist, because we are having 40 and we are 40. So 40 divided by 2, because we are cutting one side. 40 divided by 2 for the waist is 20. Now since we have 8 here, we are still going to look for 12. And when you are cutting that 12, you still get an extra inch of 1 inch one side and 1 inch on the other side, or half and half inch. Okay, you can use half and half or 1 inch because of the sewing allowance. And when I did that, when you do that, you now measure. Anytime you are doing that, you will measure. This is the 8, the main. This is 9, because remember that the 9 minus 1 is 8. Okay, so we'll be using 8 here, and what will be left is, what we are still looking for is 6. So depend on how many inches allowance that your client wants. Okay, now this is the main I don't know if you can see me. Let me zoom it a little so that you can see me. Okay, one part of it, I'll be looking for 6 at one part of, at the side, one side, and the other side 6, which is 12 plus this 8 that we are having here, 20 for the waist. Okay, so we are looking for 8 in this very waist side. This is 8, 6. We are looking for 6. This is 6 inches. So whatever that is remaining here is for the same allowance. Look at it, we still have 2 inches that is left, because when sewing a cloth, when sewing a fabric, you must make sure you give an extra allowance. Okay, and so when you do that, you'll be having 6 inches here. Here to here is 6 inches, and because of the hip, we'll be needing 7 inches, because the difference is 2 inches. The waist is 40 and the back, the hip is 42, so we'll be needing extra 2 inches. Now we already have 6 here. 6 plus 6 is 2, because why I'm saying 6 plus 6, this very side piece is 2, one for the right and one for the left, and this one, this very one, this 8 for the middle. Okay, so this is what we did. 6 here, and when you get to the hip, you measure 7. Let me mark it so that you will understand. When we are sewing, it will be no confusion. Okay, I guess you are seeing me. Sorry, I have to do this now. This is the 6 that we'll be needing when sewing. This is our extra allowance. Okay, I'll leave here half for the joining. I'm sewing from here, then from here to this place is 6 inches. This is where we'll be sewing. And when it comes to this place, the hip, because it's if you are trying to get your hip measurement for beginners, you get your hip measurement from 6 to 9 is your hip measurement. From this 6 to 9, you create a curve like so. Okay, you create a curve like so when you get to this very point. But this place, remember that the whole length that I'm having here is 43. So when I'm doing that, I will have 42 and a half. I will have to make sure that I remove 2 and a half before I can achieve my actual measurements. Now this is apart from it. This is for the waist allowance. Okay, so it's going to be like this. Let me do it like this so that you understand. Now this is 6. I have marked it here initially. Okay, this is 6 and this is 9. This 6 to 9 is your hip measurement. When you get to this place, you will make a curve like so. If you have your French curve ruler, you can do that. You can use your French curve ruler to create this curve like so. Okay, and when you are coming to your waist, you just come like so. Okay, straight. It's going to be like so when you are okay. That is it. After you might have measured your this thing like so, the half inches from here, then from here you get your 6. Okay, now this is 6, this is 6, and this place, this is here to here, this is another, this is 6 to 9. So this very 6 to 9, the midpoint of this 6 to 9 is where you get your hip. For that point we'll be using 7. Okay, not 6. For the waist is 6. The hip is 7 minus half here. When you are sewing, always minus half from here. So this is 7. Okay, so when you are tracing, you just trace like so, 7, you see. And let's measure down. When you are coming here, always make sure you give half-inch allowance from this place. Okay, and you get this place, you get to this place. That is how you get a very good measurement for your hip. I just hope that you can see my drawing. Trying to zoom in so that you can see. Look at the curve, look at it. From here to here is 7, here to here is 6. This 7 is the hip, and you come down here like this. You come down like so, like so, like so, and when you get to the knee point, you make a curve. Okay, okay, this is 20 inches. You make a curve like so, like so, like so, like so, and then you curve like so. That is how you are going to sew it. That is how I was able to get my side. When you get this side, you use the one side to cut the other side. You cut the opposite side with the front facing each other. I have done all that, but I just want you to see how it is. Okay, this is it. When you finally get the front piece, you do this also. Okay, you just do the opposite and the same thing. There's no difference. This is it. Look at it. When you get finally achieve this very side, you use this one to cut the other side, the opposite, the other side, because it's left and right. You just turn it the front facing each other like so, and this is how you are going to get the left and right. And for the back piece, it is the same thing. There is no difference. So that is how you achieve your 6 pieces. So let us move over to the sewing machine, guys. Come on, guys, you must make sure that I've just finished threading my needle. And when you sew, you must make sure that you sew from the bottom, from the down part of your fabric, because because of these designs, if you start from the front, from the top side, by the time you get to this end, maybe you will make sure you find out that it's like this, and you don't want your fabric to be like this, guys. This is the reason why you're going to start sewing from the down side of it. Now I am going to be attaching my fabric. This is the center part. I'm going to be attaching it to the side part, to the side piece, guys. Sewing with 1/2 inch. So guys, like I said, move over to the sewing machine, grab your center piece. This is your center piece, guys. You can see how it's looking with the fish shape, your A shape. Grab your center piece, guys. Look very closely. Do not make mistake. When you are starting, when you want to begin your sewing, you are going to begin from the end point, I mean from the bottom. Okay, place it in your sewing machine like so. Like so. Place it in your sewing machine, backstitch, and you continue sewing like so, like what I am doing now. It is very easy. There are so many people there, that would want to they would want to learn how to sew, how to do these things, but the opportunity is not there. This is why we have come here to educate you on how to be a woman of yourself, How to be dependent. How to be dependent, guys. Men can't cheat you. Men cannot cheat you if you are dependent. Do not be a liability to any man. This is why you must learn how to do some things for yourself. Okay, you can start by buying a piece of cloth, a piece of fabric, and Google anything you want on YouTube, and you get started immediately. I have finished adding one part. Now I am moving to the other part. Okay, like I said, always begin from the down side, from the bottom of your fabric. I repeat, always begin back stitch and you keep sewing like so. Always begin from the bottom part of your 6 pieces. Not every other skirt that you begin from the bottom, but 6 pieces. Try to begin to start from your bottom, the bottom part of it. Okay, like what I am doing now. It is very easy to sew. The only technique there is the cutting. That's where you find, not as if it's difficult, but it's kind of tricky when you are cutting 6 pieces. You do not follow the main procedure, the main step, you end up spoiling everything. In the process whereby if you are sewing for a client or if you are sewing for yourself and you want zip, it is still the same thing, and you want to attach your zip to it, it is still the same thing. It is the same procedure. The only thing you do is to cut out this, just to divide the center piece into 2, just like this. Just cut it into 2 and you are done. This is what it's looking like. I'm not going to be adding lining, but my client don't want lining. She don't want me to attach any lining to it, any interfacing. Attach a lining to it is not a must, guys. Okay, but if you want to put lining, it's fine. But if you don't want to put lining, it's also okay. It's also fine. Do not get yourself worked up about that. Okay, now this is what it's looking like. I'm just going to join the both sides and we are done making our 6 pieces skirts. I have finished joining both sides. I am now on the waist, guys. I am now on the waists. I am sewing around the waist so that I can attach rope. Guys, I have finished sewing the skirt. I'm going to show you what it's looking like. But first, let me quickly sew the rope that I'm going to be using for the waist. Okay. I have to cut out the extra, if not I cannot, it will not go through. I have to cut out the extra and continue pulling it out. It's not easy, but I'll try to pull it out. Oh, where's my needle? I lost my needle. Oh my god, I lost my needle. It went inside. I'm going to pull it out though. I am going to pull it out. My needle just went inside, and it's a bit difficult, but we're in this together. Guys, can you see the trick that I'm using to pull out my rope? I have to do this because I want the rope to be very. There we go, guys. Cow. I have to pull inward a bit again and outward and outward. Oh, there we go. Look at it. Look at how neat it's looking. See. Look at how neat it is. You see? This is the reason I did this wonderful work. Wonderful job. Look at the beginning of it. You just put a needle. You just sew like so. When you're starting this work, you sew like so. Like this from the very beginning like this. And you sew through like so. Okay, with your machine. And then at this very end, when you did this stitch, you will not put your needle like so. Make sure you double the thread so that when pulling it will not cut. You put your needle at the end like so. When you do this end, you just find a way to put the needle in between the material, in between your work like so. And then you pull it out from the inside. You pull it out and then you start pulling like you saw me doing. Okay, I'm going to cut off the thread because I don't need it anymore. Oh! Because the thread will come out from this very opening. I have to do this so that because this fabric is just it's pulling off. So if I didn't do it like this, it will not be good at all. Okay, the whole thing will just come off. You see the fabric unraveling. So I have to do this. The rope is going to come out from this place. That is why I just burned the edge. Pull like so. Wow, you can see I am done, and now I have to tuck in the end part and try to fold it, tuck it in, and I run through with my sewing machine. This running, I'm going to run it over with stitches and so that it will come out nice. Wow, I'm done making my 6 pieces. The volume is not too much. The volume is not too much, like she said. She said she don't want it to be too full at the end. You can see it's just like a fish, like A shape, you see, but it's 6 pieces. All right, guys, thank you so much. This is the finishing part of it. This is the 6 pieces. It's so beautiful.
Jeg spør alle hva jeg gjør da. Jeg hitter kløden som om hver dag var en lørdag. Så mange dager